There's a handrails and grid mesh, bit of welding, some plates and brackets. It was punch listing. The job was over, so it was a punch listing job on a construction gig. So it was getting construction rates, good money, but it was only one stint, 4 weeks. You know, so punch listing, filling in the gaps, putting brackets up here, filling in the grid mesh in the gaps on the platforms. Anyway, now this whole year, when I'm at home in Brownie Towers, there by my mum's flat, that whole year there was people talking to me, right? I can hear people talking while I'm inside my room. And I'm thinking to myself, who are these people, you know? It's like someone's communicating with me very silently, and it's like someone's always watching me. But I wasn't too paranoid about it, because when I went out places, I was quite fine. Yeah, but never at work or when I'm out somewhere. I'd never hear these people communicating with me, you know. Anyway, I think it might have been this same year or the beginning of 2014. I went to Renee Cooper's house with my mum, and I played video games there with her son Jake. I went into the room. She had a big TV there where her son was playing video games, so we played video games together. My mum and Renee was drinking some wine, shooting the breeze and talking. This was after my mum got beaten up. Renee was like, oh, what happened to your mum? And we told her that Rudy was in jail because he beat my mum up, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we had a good day there. Spent some time together. I spent some time with the kids, Jakey boy. Then we went home. This Christmas, 2013 Christmas, I went to the Junior's house. Joseph, the Whittaker. He stays in Vic Park. He's been staying there for a long time. I used to go there sometimes, about 10 years ago. It was about 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago or more. I went to Junior's house with David. No, I met David and Junior were there at his house. And the Lighty, Junior's Lighty, he was about this big. Cool little kid. They were having a couple of Zolls and that there, whatever. And Nettie's father was in hospital. Apparently she was at the hospital somewhere. I had a scaife on me, but I wasn't scafing at that time. When I go out or meet people, intermingle with people, I don't scaife because it was no more sociable thing for me, you know. I scaife at home, do whatever, sure. So I spent Christmas there at Junior's place. We are looking for, what were you looking for? They were asking Nettie for, not fucking no, there was some fucking tablets, I can't remember what they were. But I didn't tell him I had a scaife because I didn't really want a scaife because I had a scaife a couple of days before and I was like, yeah, whatever. Anyway. So that's 2013. Hailey had sent me an affidavit in 2013. It says March, but there was no dates on these things before, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I'll come to that story later. Anyway, on this affidavit, it says, now Tony is in this affidavit as well. I'll read it to you. I'll read part of it. Because I was reading this affidavit to myself during the year and I thought that's bullshit because what she says in here didn't happen. On number 10, well, it says here the respondent is my step-cousin. So I'm the respondent, she's the applicant because she was filed papers for me to go to court for paternity of Lorenzo. She says the respondent is my step-cousin. I have known the respondent all of my life. The respondent respondent and I have never lived together. The respondent and I had a sexual relationship for one night only on the 6th of November 2010. I remember the date because it was the night of my brother's wedding. The respondent and I did not use any contraception. The dates referred to in paragraph 4 falls within the period of opportunity for the conception of the child. She did have sexual relationships with 2 other men during the period of time when I believe the child was conceived. And she said she believed that the respondent, me, is the father of the child because she's done a peace of mind test with one of the other males through Syllabase in Fitzroy, Victoria, and the other male through an agency that she cannot recall the name of, but both the results were negative. She discovered she was pregnant in January 2011. So now she says, yeah, in February or March of 2011, I was at my sister-in-law's birthday party, which would have been Janine. That was Tony's wife at the time. I used to go with Tony and help him out in his business. We used to go do maintenance around some government houses and that kind of stuff. So I used to see Tony quite a bit. Now she says, my brother told the respondent, she says, yeah, that Tony said to me that Hailey was pregnant. And she says that I came over to her and put my arm around her and said nothing. Now that never ever happened. When this affidavit came, I just laughed at it and I put it away. Because I was quite flabbergasted at this time of what's going on. She's trying to take me to court. And I haven't fought with her or denied anything. The thing is, I didn't remember putting my dick anywhere near Hailey. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere in her vagina. I don't remember that at all. If that's the case of what happened, obviously me being the father. Now I don't remember that at all. You know what I'm saying? But I do remember a bit of the night. Okay, I remember quite a few parts of the night. But the actual act itself, not a clue, not a clue. But anyway, back to this affidavit. That did not happen at all. That night I went to Tony's party. Hailey was there in a white dress. This was 2011. I remember seeing Hailey there because Hailey, when I saw her, she looked very solemn and sad. And she was just looking at the floor, you know. And I said, hello, Hailey, and she didn't really respond to me. She didn't say hello at all. She looked pretty sad. And I thought to myself, she looked a little pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is after we fucked around at night of Tony's wedding. Now, me, as far as I know, I didn't put my dick anywhere near her vagina, right? Or come inside her, okay? So, I'm not under fucking any kind of impression or clue that I could be a father of her child. Because as far as I know in my head, we didn't do the act. And I thought to myself, she looked a little pregnant that night. But she didn't talk to me or anything. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't happen at all. Let me tell you about the night we did fuck around. I'll go into more detail later about the story. But that night we fucked around. We couldn't find a key card to go up into the hotel, right? Into her dad's room, because I was going to stay there and spend the night there in the hotel room, which I did. Instead of me going home, because my brother and them had left early. So that night, me and Hailey, we couldn't find the key card to the fucking elevator to get up to the room. So we ended up fucking around. We ended up in the pool, right? Now, I know we were around the spa first, I'm pretty sure. Because what I remember from us messing around together, what I remember was, I'm pretty sure we were in the spa. Now, all I remember from there was me. There was another section of a pool. The spa was here, there's upper section of the pool there, and it was shallow. All I remember was crawling on my hands and knees in the pool. And I had lost the silver cross on my chain. So I was looking for my silver cross on my chain. Looking, and I found it. And then Hailey was in the other end of the pool. And I crawled down the pool, got into the deeper end. Then we got to the shallow end. And then we started messing around with each other, right, in the pool. And then she said to me, "Now wait, come here." And then she called me outside of the pool. And so then I followed her up the stairs, out the pool. And then she went to sit on the banana chair, right? There was these blue banana chairs outside of the pool. So she said, wait, let's go out here. And then we went to sit, she went to sit on the banana chair. I think she sat back on the chair like that or something, right? I think she jumped on the banana chair and sat back like that now. So anyway, so when I was standing there, I looked up at the hotel and I thought to myself, well, when she'd done that, now I wasn't sure what to do, whether I was supposed to, anyway, I'll tell you a bit later. When I looked up and she was on the banana chair, I was like, fucking everybody can see us. It's so open, we're at the pool area, and everybody up in the hotel on the balconies can see down, they can see us. This went through my head very quickly. Because that whole time, nothing fucking bothered me. There's nothing in my head that says Hailey's my cousin, or my models are gone. Too much alcohol, it's there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I thought, fucking everyone can see us here, Jesus Christ. Man, and for a minute there I was like, nah, fuck, this is bullshit. So I said to her, nah, let's go inside. And then anyway, Hailey, we grabbed our stuff, Hailey went inside, and then there was a little gate there, and it closed, and I thought, oh, fuck. So I'm in a jovial mood, I'm quite happy then. So I started fucking around with the gates. I pulled a card or something out of my wallet. I'm not sure, it might have been my bank card or something like that. And I tried opening the gate like James Bond style, you know, like do. Just entertaining myself, having fun. Opening the gate, fucking, and then I ended up opening the gates. I didn't have to open it with the card. I was just fucking around because I was drunk. I remember that. I could have just pulled a latch and walked out. But in my mind, I'm fucking drunk. I'm just doing dumb shit. The fucking clicking the gate thing there. Hey, finally the gate thing opened. I was like, yeah, fucking like James Bond. Went inside. I don't know where Hailey was. I can't remember. But we ended up on a couch outside of the elevator. I'm pretty sure it was outside of the elevator. And then I was fucking... She was laying on the couch. I didn't really remember this part until I saw in my phone a photo of Hailey's vagina, right? So this is what happened. I was eating her, I don't know how to put it, cunnilingus, or eating her vagina on a couch outside of the fucking elevators. Now, I didn't really remember this part. So that's what we ended up doing. I think I got that notion from when she sat down on the banana chair like that. I think that's what made me decide to do something like that. I think in my head I thought that's what she wanted. So I think when the opportunity arose, when we were inside now, that's how we ended up doing that. Because I remember looking up and I remember seeing like black glass or smoky glass, but it was nighttime, so it might have just been dark outside, you know? Now I only remember that part because on my phone I've got a picture of her vagina, right? And I don't know how long after this night it took me to realize that that's Hailey. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know I'd done that. I can't remember consciously fucking pulling out my phone or waiting, saying wait, and taking a picture. I don't have any fucking memory of fucking doing that at all. That's something I would never do. That's something I would fucking never normally do. You know what I mean? Couldn't believe it. So only later, I don't know how long it was, a year or months, until I knew that was Hailey in that photo. And that brought me back to go, oh fucking yes, that's what happened. Jesus Christ. Damn, and I chuckled to myself. Because fucking there's a light here and all that there already, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, and then we went I remember we were in the elevators, right? Then she's looking for a key card to fucking get upstairs. And she had a brown, as far as I remember, I'm pretty sure it was a brown purse. And she couldn't find it, this and that. So we started fucking around in the elevator again. Now all I remember in the elevator was, I'm pretty sure we must have been kissing first and that kind of thing. Because then I remember bending Hailey bent over, right? And my dick was soft, my dick wasn't hard. my dick was soft and I couldn't do nothing with it. So I'm poking and trying to get it in and nothing was happening while Hailey's bent over. So we're both standing up, right? So I'm poking around and trying to get it in. Now I'm poking around anywhere pretty much because my dick is soft. I'm like, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? I remember it, I think, because my dick was soft. So I couldn't get it in anywhere. So I'm like, this and that. So I turned her around. She turned around and then give me a head job, right? I was like, I don't even think we said anything. And just kind of like, we just moved with each other, like, you know what I'm saying? And then she started giving me a head job, like, while she was still standing up, like, bent over. And then I leaned back against the elevator, put my head back. And fucking up there, I saw a camera in the elevator, directly on that angle. Because I was standing as you walk into the elevator, I was leaning against the left side. So I was looking up to the back. I remember that because I saw and looked and I saw a camera. So I remember this part. Yeah, while she was giving me a head job. And then I'm not sure, I think 2 people might have come into the elevator and we quickly that. I'm not exactly sure, but for some reason, something in the back of my mind tells me that that's what happened. I'm sure 2 people came and we just done shit like this. This is in the elevator, you know what I'm saying? This is in the fucking reception area and the fucking elevator of the hotel. So anybody at any time can walk out, family included, and fucking see us doing this shit. Yeah, bro. That's how fucking pissed I was. That's how drunk I was. And her. We weren't giving a fuck about who was around, The morals are gone. Too much fucking alcohol. But there was never that thing of getting up to mischief or doing something naughty. That was all gone, Drunk, just carrying on. Didn't even think I'm doing anything wrong. In the hotel, anyone at any time could have walked there and caught us. I wish that happened, man, anyway. But that's how far gone we were on alcohol. I mean, fucking in the elevator, there's cameras, there's fucking, in the hotel lobby, the family's living in the hotel, staying in the hotel for the night, and at the chalets outside. You know what I'm saying? That tells you something. Fucking way too much dog. Fuck. But now the thing is, I don't ever remember sticking my penis in Hailey's vagina at all, bro. At all. I'm not sure where this act occurred or how it happened, right? So when I'm telling people that, hey, I accepted being the father, especially after I got the results back from syllabus. Cool, no worries, man. But it's too late for me now, you know what I'm saying? I'm a father. There's nothing I can do now. If you told me before, hey, I'm pregnant and it's like it's yours, I would have went straight to the clinic and organized an abortion or something that we had to do to not let it happen, you know what I'm saying? But I was uninformed that whole time. When he's born and, I don't know, so much months old, then I find out, hey, I'm the daddy and all that, But anyway, my thing was, I wasn't in denial. I think people misinterpreted me not remember doing the act because I was convinced 150% that I didn't stick my penis in a vagina. You know what I'm saying? 200%, 1,000% I was convinced until I got the test back from syllabus. Herman and Lloyd came over to ask me for DNA samples. And I asked them, I was convinced it wasn't me. He said, yeah, no worries, we just messed around. Got the results back, I'm the father. But anyway, back to my point. My point was, people misinterpreted me not remembering doing the act. They think I was in denial of admitting I'm the father or that anything happened. Now, I wasn't in denial of being the father. I know things happened because I remember what happened. I don't remember that act or that part of the night. You know what I'm saying? So I was never in denial about being the father. I just couldn't remember the act actually happening. That was it. So I think people might have been offended or took offense and misinterpreted me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll carry on with my story. So that night, man, couldn't believe it. I'll tell you that story in more detail later. Okay. Yeah, so that was 2013. I ended the year with Christmas at Junior's house with David Manuel and Junior's Lighting. I think my dad came over about New Year's. I was there at Brownie Towers. Okay, I'll recharge my camera and we'll get on to the year 2014.